Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? You're buying all of the healthy foods, you're exercising, you're following all of the Google guru advice from Google and from social media, but yet you're still exhausted, you're still inflamed, you're still bloated, and you still can't lose the weight. Oh, and your labs, those come back normal time and time again. This was me. This was my story. For those of you guys that don't know, I gained 30 pounds in less than 3 months doing all of the right things. I was eating low sugar. I was eating no sugar, excuse me, low carb, and I was working out 6 days a week, cardio and weights. And I gained 30 pounds in less than 3 months. So, what unlocked everything for me is getting to the underlying root cause, finding out what should be in my body that wasn't and what shouldn't be in my body that was. And of course, I'm here to help you with that. But I want to talk today about the truth. There's some things that we've been told are healthy, but they're actually driving inflammation, hormone imbalance, metabolic dysfunction, and even disease. So today, I'm going to give you 5 healthy foods and habits that you really need to rethink if you actually want to heal your body. So that's where we will start. I am Bria Sharon Issa. I am a board certified integrative health practitioner, and I help you get your health and body back holistically. This means we go to the root cause. That's exactly what unlocked it for me, not just cover up the symptoms. So, if you're tired of getting conflicting health advice, if you want strategies that are actually evidence based for you specifically that actually make sense, hit the subscribe. That's here what we're here to do. Every time we jump on a video, and also if you want to unlock the power of personalized wellness for you, definitely reach out. So let's jump in. Point one, fruit juice. Fruit juice isn't actually healthy. I know this first one, it may actually surprise you because you hear fruit juice and you're like, oh, it's got to be great, right? So, yes, fruit's healthy. 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables is what I recommend every single day to myself as well as my integrative health clients. But when we say fruit juice isn't healthy, it's, yeah, okay, yes, yes, even including the organic, cold pressed, and no sugar added kind. But here's why. When you strip the fiber out of fruit, which is normally on the skin, what's left? Concentrated sugar. So when you're doing those cold pressed juices, it's taking out that skin. And I can make an argument and definitely recommend like a green juice with like vegetables to juice, totally fine. But when you strip the fiber out of the fruit, what's left is concentrated sugar, and that sugar hits your bloodstream super fast. So it spikes and then boom, it crashes. And then when it happens over and over and over, it can mean insulin resistance, more inflammation, fat storage, energy crashes, and cravings that you can't shake. Now, again, I'm not saying fruit that is the enemy. Whole fruit still has fiber, the antioxidants, the vitamins, the minerals, the phytonutrients, and all of it working together to slow down your digestion and feed your microbiome. Again, fruit is healthy. I definitely recommend it, but it's just when we're juicing the fruit. And again, when we juice it, normally it's such high concentrations of that fruit that it's not like we would eat like a cup of blueberries, a banana, a cup of strawberries, a whole apple, half of a pineapple all in one sitting. Like that's just too much. So eat your fruit. And juice your vegetables if you want to do juicing. So again, it's just all of that in one sitting that's doing that up and down, up and down, up and down. And if you start your day spiking your blood sugar, it's hard to get back on board for the rest of the day. So, if juice is your morning ritual and you think it's healthy, swap out for whole fruit instead and juice your vegetables. Your body will thank you. Point number two, low fat everything. And I feel like we're getting a little bit better about this, but early mid 90s, early 2000s, I don't know. For decades, one thing that we were told is fat makes you fat, but that's just not how your body works. Healthy fats are essential. Your hormones need them, your brain needs them. Every single membrane in your body and every single cell membrane needs them. They help you absorb nutrients and they help you feel full. So, when manufacturers strip fat out of a product, what do they add back in? Sugar, artificial flavors, artificial colors, modified starches, fillers. So, a lot of those healthy low fat yogurts are more sugar than dessert. And definitely read the labels to see what's added to them because a lot of them contain something that we'll talk about a little bit later. So, again, choose your food closest to its natural form as close to you can. As close to the natural form as you can. That is the real shortcut and real key here. So, really quick pause. If this is landing for you, make sure that you hit that like button. It tells YouTube to put this in front of more people who need to hear it. And it also just helps this channel genuinely. And drop me a comment and tell me which one of these surprised you the most. So let's keep going though. I see this one in my practice almost every single day, and it drives me insane. Gummy supplements aren't healthy. And of course, some are made better than others. But gummy supplements have exploded in popularity. I've got people that are like, oh my gosh, I'm taking so many vitamins. I'm like, well, what type of vitamins? Vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, and all of these. I'm like, that's great. Like what? And I've done some other videos on how to know if you're taking quality supplements. But if you're taking 2 grams of sugar from your vitamin C and 2 grams of sugar from your vitamin D and another 3 grams of sugar from your multi and another, 4 grams from this, that, or the other, especially the ones that are sugar coated, there's that like sugar coating on top of them, that really, really, really adds up. Again, not all gummies are bad, but a lot of people see the vitamin aisle and assume that automatically means healthy. This is also a place for me to pause and say, make sure that you aren't getting your supplements from the low cost leader. You get what you pay for. You shouldn't be getting your supplements where you get your toilet paper and paper towels. Here's the reality. Many gummies come loaded with artificial sugars, sugar alcohol, artificial colors. You can see again the sugars, the sugar alcohols, artificial flavors, fillers, and low doses of the active nutrient that you actually need that you can get more in a capsule or powder form. So basically they're candy with a little bit of that vitamin sprinkled on top. And here's what most people don't know. Certain vitamins and minerals just aren't stable in gummy form. You may not be getting nearly what the labels promised. Again, that's why I always use and recommend GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice Certified, which is a third-party company vitamins and functional medicine vitamins that are GMP certified. So for me personally, I use it and recommend Thorne, Equal Life. I use Pure Encapsulations, Apex Energetics, and I'm missing one. Equal Life, Thorne, Apex Energetics, Pure Encapsulations, Integrative Therapeutics. That's the other one. Those five. Also, I will say I know Cameo Life has great supplements as well, and they are using those methylated forms. But again, that's another video for another time. But let me stay focused here. So, again, I know with children, it's a little bit difficult to get them to take a supplement. So I feel like there's a time and place for gummies, but again, making sure that you are using quality ones and making sure that we aren't taking a ton of them. So if you're taking a supplement to actually move the needle on your health, you really do want that quality. You want that bioavailability. You want that methylated form, not just something that tastes good. That doesn't mean to toss every single gummy in the trash. It means read the label, choose based on quality, not the flavor. And remember, a supplement is exactly that, to supplement a healthy lifestyle, to supplement the healthy food that you're eating, not to replace it. Which takes us to point number 4 that goes right along with those gummies. This one gets most people fired up, me especially, because it was me. So, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners get marked as healthy because they don't have the sugar and the calories. But health was never just about calories. Emerging research suggests that some artificial sweeteners may affect your gut bacteria, your blood sugar regulation, your appetite, and those sweet cravings themselves. So let's talk a little bit about this. Coming not from a place of judgment, coming from someone who was having a protein shake with artificial sweeteners in the morning, and then coffee with some more Splenda later in the day, which is an artificial sweetener, sucralose. And then I was having a Diet Coke with some aspartame, or I don't even know what's, I think it is aspartame later in the day, one or two, and then another protein shake, and then maybe some Greek yogurt with some artificial sweeteners, and it would just go on and on and on. And it was a chemical crap storm. So, I will say if you're going to make sure that you avoid and the FDA research that I previously did. Sucralose, which is the yellow packet Splenda, used to be an okay substance, and now the FDA has gone back and considered it a warning substance. The last time I researched on this, which has been a little bit ago, so this a little bit of this may have changed. But for the FDA to go back and consider something a warning substance really concerns me. I think most of us know now not to use like the NutraSweet and the aspartame and all of that. It's mainly the sucralose that we see. And I've had so many clients, I'll actually bet my clients like $100 that if they cut it out for 2 weeks, that they will feel better. And if they don't, then I will leave them alone and I owe them $100. I've never lost $100. So don't take my word for it. Try it. But watch out for those artificial sweeteners. The Splenda, which is sucralose, the yellow packet, the pink packet, the blue packet, the aspartame, the NutraSweet. Stevia, watch out what's in your stevia. Make sure that it's like a stevia in the raw and it's not mixed with something else. But stevia comes from a stevia leaf, so it is okay unless it's mixed with a bunch of other stuff, which a lot of times it is. So watch out for that one, but that's the green packet. And then xylitol comes from tree bark. That can also be okay. It's great for your teeth. Again, watch what it's mixed with, and that does have a little bit of carbs in there. But again, carbs aren't our enemy. So, again, swapping out sugar for ultra processed chemicals does not fix the underlying root problem. It just moves it and creates more problems later. So the goal here is to retrain your palate to not like that like artificial taste. I can like if I taste like a Diet Coke or something, I'm like, oh, I don't really drink soda, but or something again that's marketed as healthy that has sucralose in there. Oh, it's disgusting to me now because my body's used to that real natural sugar the way God designed it to be. Which takes us to point number 5. Again, coming from I still personal train a little bit and teach exercise classes. So let's, again, coming from this perspective, over exercise without recovery. Exercise is amazing. Movement truly is a medicine. It releases those happy, feel good, positive neurotransmitters that we need, but more isn't always better. Especially if you're pushing intense workouts every single day, running on 5 hours of sleep, living off caffeine, it was me, feeling wiped out no matter what you do. When your body is in burnout mode, this is even more destructive. And your body may be stuck in a chronic stress response, stuck in that fight or flight, and again affecting your adrenals and all of this other stuff. This was part of my story. Lots more on that, but recovery is where that adaptation actually happens. So that rest day, and maybe if you're like me, I need that mental side of exercise. So I make my rest days an active recovery day. I might do some stretching, I might go for a walk or something like that. That still works. And those rest days are super, super, super important. And recovery can look like so many different things. It can look like sleep. It can look like managing your stress. It can look like real nutrition, hydration, walking, again, mobility work, and just actual rest days where you completely take the day off. That's fine. You don't have to earn your rest. Hey, hi, it's me. I have a problem with that. You don't have to earn your rest. So remember this, you can't out exercise chronic inflammation. So listen to your body. It will tell you when it needs a break. We just have to know how to listen. And one more bonus point that I want to talk about, one more healthy habit that's actually hurting you more than helping is, and I did a video on this, so that's why I'm including it as a bonus one. Eating all day long. Yes, it works for body transformation. And for years, we were told that eating every 2 to 3 hours keeps your metabolism going. But for a lot of people, constant snacking means elevated insulin. Your body never really gets the chance to switch into repair mode. So, fasting isn't for everyone. Again, kids, pregnant women, people with certain medical conditions, different needs, like full stop there. But if your goal, and again, check out my previous video on this, why fasting is one of the most safest and effective ways to lose dangerous fat, where we go even deeper on that. That's why this one is just a bonus because I talked about it in my last video. But if your goal is better metabolic health, less inflammation, healthier weight, or just giving your digestion a break, meal timing can matter almost as much as what's on your plate. So the science behind fasting, it's genuinely fascinating, and there's more than one safe way to do it. And I'm not going to cram that whole video in here because it was in a whole video. So definitely check this out. So if this video helped you, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. And if you're ready to learn why meal timing can be such a powerful tool for burning dangerous visceral fat, the really toxic fat, improving insulin sensitivity, and supporting your body's natural repair process, click the video right here why fasting is one of the safest and most effective ways to obliterate dangerous body fat. I'll walk you through who fasting is for, who should avoid it, mistakes most people make, and how to do it in a way that supports your body instead of stressing it out. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.